Well, welcome to the Monday Money Tip Podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Stengel. We're committed to helping you win with money and live your fully funded life. I'm joined, as always, on a Monday by my co-host, Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up today?
Fired up. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
And we're recording podcast episodes today to help you win with your money, to give you right now relevant tips, and to help you progress in your finances. And if you're in a mess, we're going to progress out of your mess. I want to do something here at the top of this podcast. I'm just going to say what we're going to talk about real fast, everything we're going to talk about real fast, and then we'll dive into it. Sound good?
Yep.
So if you're listening to this podcast, I'm just going to give you the snapshot, then we'll dive in. We're going to talk about...
Yes. So today we're going to talk about mastering money habits with your daily rituals for success.
So we're talking about money habits, these daily rituals that help you be successful financially. And we're going to talk about three big categories. We might throw in some others as we go, but we start out by saying we need to contain impulsiveness. Got to get that impulsiveness. And the second thing is we're going to help encourage you to automate the important. You can automate money rituals. Woo! Huge. And then we're going to talk about educating yourself. How can you make that part of your daily ritual? We're going to do that the next 8 minutes or so. So let's get fired up.
Yep.
First one is containing impulsiveness.
Yes.
So I'm impulsive. Are you impulsive? Spending wise, money wise?
No.
Just Jordan a little bit?
A little, yes.
Okay, a little more.
He's not like crazy, but yeah.
He wants to be more so, but he also has the planning side.
He's like the saver too, but he's more likely to show up like I sent him to the store for X, Y, and Z, and he comes back.
There we go.
A, B, and C.
Yes.
A, B, and C was not moved.
Including pickles.
Yeah.
Yes, because at least that's what happens for me. My little daughter convinced me to buy every type of pickle. She loves them. And I'm a pushover. So we got to contain that impulsiveness, especially when we're trying to establish these daily rituals for success. And so we got some ideas on containing this impulsiveness.
Yep.
Maybe list out the 5 real quick, and then we can dive into them real quick.
Yep. So the first one is cash envelopes. So I know you've heard us about that a lot. Take your lunch to work.
Yep.
Grocery shop with a list. That's key. Sleep on financial decisions overnight and agree with your spouse before making a purchase.
Yes. And so when we think about impulsiveness, cash envelopes have helped my family tremendously. When I have cash in hand and I know that that money is limited, and when it's gone, now I could go to the ATM and withdraw more.
Yeah.
I could pull out the debit card. I could pull out the credit card. But I have made it my habit to say I contain impulsiveness by forcing myself to withdraw cash for impulsive categories, spending money, groceries, dining out, clothing, entertainment. And that when that money's gone for that time period, it's over. Some people do better pulling it out at the start of each week. They pull out a 20 each week or whatever that is. We pull out ours once a month. Do you use cash envelopes?
We don't, but we use an app to track our spending. And so it tells us you have this much left in the category.
So you're using like virtual envelopes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's what I know. When you use cash envelopes, hugely helpful. Another way people have done it is with a prepaid Visa gift card. They just load it up with whatever it is. And they're like, that card is used for these things. Make sure you do not overspend. Okay. It's a daily ritual. Another is taking your lunch to work.
It's the big one. I mean, you don't realize how much you're spending if you go out.
It's huge. Do you know how much it costs to go to Chipotle right now?
I'm sure it's like $15.
It's $15. If you're going to get a drink and a bowl or a burrito, it's $15.
Yeah. Sub point B for this, or A.
Yeah.
Drink water.
Drink water.
If you're going to go somewhere.
Yes. It's way worse than Coca-Cola. Way worse than Coca-Cola. But it's free in most cases. McDonald's charges me 50 cents for water. No, really? Nope, no lemon. Nope, not free. No ice. No ice. Okay, so take your lunch to work. Just listen right now. Applebee's has a commercial saying, I think it's Applebee's, that's like, hey, have you seen how much the fast food restaurants are costing? They are telling you should go to Applebee's. That's what they're saying. And I'm like, you can go to Applebee's. You can do a sit-down restaurant for as much as it costs you to go to Chipotle right now.
I believe
that's insane. Yeah. So take your lunch to work. I didn't bring my lunch to work today. I didn't bring it to work yesterday. You know why? Because I go home and run. I was running like Forrest Gump. I was running. And I knew that in the fridge was some leftover. We bought one of those $6 chickens from Sam's Club. We got from Sam's Club.
The roasted
rotisserie.
Yeah.
Oh, and I had that thing. Oh, so good. And I mean, there's enough there for today. So I ate that and some remaining cooked salmon. So you can warm up some salmon if you do it like within a day or so. It's actually pretty good. Then I had that chicken, and I'm going to go eat that chicken again today. You know how much that cost me? None dollars. Get fired up. Yep. Okay, grocery shop with a list. You go with a list?
It's key. Yeah. So we use, I don't know if you have an Alexa in your house. Maybe she just turned on, sorry. But we use the shopping list for Alexa. So we are always telling her, Alexa, add this to the shopping list. Alexa, add this. So when I go to the shopping, like when I go shopping, or I would say 9 times out of 10, Jordan actually does most of the shopping for us. It's just the way it works out, and I love it.
So I want to know in the comments, did anybody's Alexa fire up in the 4 times you mentioned it, the one time I did? That's funny.
We should Alexa add orange.
We actually have an Alexa on our team, the poor lady. Yeah. And then sleep on financial decisions overnight. You just listen. This is a daily ritual for me. You may not even know it is part of your daily ritual, but you've got to have your ear tuned to the fact that when you think about buying something, this is exceptionally important when it comes to buying things on Amazon. You see your friend has this, and you immediately bypass from not even knowing it existed to needing it. It bypassed wanting it. Somehow it happens, especially in spinners' brains. You need to sleep on that overnight. You can add it to the cart. You know, can't you do that?
Yeah. I've done it. Sometimes I'm worse about this. I sleep on it maybe too long, and then I'm like, oh, I need to buy that.
No. This is a great ritual for success. Sleep on it for 6 weeks. There we go. And then the last one is agree with your spouse before making that purchase.
That's critical.
Just got to do that.
You got to be on the same page.
Same page. All right. So contain that impulsiveness. It's a daily ritual for financial success. The second thing is,
automate the important.
Got to do it. Yep. I mean, it's just like when you get paid, is there money withheld for the simple IRA 401k? Yes. It's just automatic. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to feel like it. It just happens.
Yeah.
I have money taken out on the 21st every month out of my account, my bill pay account at Bank of America, to my online savings account at Marcus. And it just goes in those accounts. And I've got it for the emergency fund is full. Hallelujah. So it doesn't have to go there, but it goes to the vacation fund, the property tax fund, the annual YMCA bill, right? It just goes in those different accounts, the automobile insurance. And then, we got 3 categories. I'm going to add a 4th one. Saving, investing, giving. Like automate your giving. It's important. Automate your investing. Very important. Automate your saving. Very important. Let's add one other. Automate your bill payments. So automate them. It's a daily ritual for success. And do you know the number one reason why people will not automate their bill payment?
They're afraid they're going to overdraft.
They're afraid they're on overdraft. This is why rung number 2 of the ladder, right after dreaming, is to build that emergency fund, because it allows you to automate the important. It's huge. It's a part of the daily ritual for success. You just will not make progress trying to figure out who gets paid and who doesn't get paid and calling this person and delaying this and avoiding that phone call. It's not going to happen. And many people have lived that way for a decade. Some have lived that way for 3 decades. That makes me sad. Don't be that person. I'm pointing at you if you're listening and you have that issue. Okay, they've got a 3rd one. You ready?
Educate yourself.
Okay, so how do you educate yourself about money? Now, number 1, you work for a financial education organization. So is that helpful? So is that one way to educate yourself is to work for us?
You know, it's funny. I actually was thinking about this as I was driving over here, because your ability to spit out financial facts, and even like when we outline our podcast episodes, like you do it so quickly. Like you don't have to think about it. This is the topic, and Joe can like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. And so in my head, I was thinking, how did he get there? Like, how did he get to that point? And I think, I mean, obviously you've been doing it for a long time. You read books, you listen to podcasts, like all these things. And so it's funny because I was just thinking about that. But I feel like obviously working here, but you have to be working here. I have to be knowledgeable about what's going on in the surroundings. You know, like I should listen to the news. I need to know what's going on. You know, like I need to know, like, stock market's down today, like you just said. Like there's just things that I need to know. And so making sure I'm well informed and educating myself. Like, hey, if they're talking about a topic that I don't understand, okay, I need to go and research what that is so that I can be more informed about what they're talking about. You know,
I mean, one of the ways that I educate myself is my web browser. When it opens
it's
like
stressful.
35 or 40 tabs. And it goes to personal money bloggers, also CNBC, money.cnn.com, finance.yahoo.com. Believe it or not, yahoo.com, a lot of people think that they're, has-beens or whatever, but their financial reporting is fantastic. And I just educate myself. And many people think, well, that's oh my God, it's so boring. I don't spend more than 5 minutes on it.
Yeah.
But if there's an article that's great, I will mark it or I'll email it to myself and say, read this later, comment on this, make a reaction video, whatever it is, I'm educating myself.
Yeah.
And what I encourage each of you to do, you can read books, you're listening to this podcast, that is absolutely educating yourself financially, but it becomes a daily ritual for success. I'm not saying you have to be a financial expert, a financial junkie. Many of you are like, that is the last thing I want to be. And we get it. But what we do know is that if you want to be successful, having that daily ritual of having your ear to the ground so that when people state financial stuff, your ears hear it. Because there's a lot of times people will automatically say, financial stuff, I'm tuning out until they're over that conversation. When you educate yourself, when you contain that impulsiveness, you automate the important. You're on your way.
And a lot of times, like for me, it's the life stage I'm in right now. So maybe maybe you're buying a house. And so you're thinking more about, you're researching more about that and interest rates and are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? So you're really focused on a certain topic. Yeah. And I think that's okay, hey, I'm in this season of life where I'm starting to invest. Okay, well, let's dive into investments and let's learn about that. Or I'm in getting ready. I need a 529 for my kid, or so I'm going to focus on that. The different parts of life that you're in, make sure you're knowledgeable on those parts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think the tweak there to add to that is the 529 you mentioned. That's a stage and place of life. You have younger kids right now. Many people, because they don't make these their daily habits, the first time they really think seriously about funding college is when their kid enters their senior year of high school. And they're like, of course, our kid is going to college next year, and we got to figure out how to pay for that. And I'm like, Megan Hibbert has been on the podcast talking about that since Logan was born 5 years ago.
Right.
And because of that, that's not going to be a problem.
Right.
And I get to look at my kid who's getting ready to be a freshman in high school. His college is funded. And I get to look at my little 10-year-old who's the oldest fourth grader because her birthday was right into September. She's on the way. And so, listen, what are your daily habits that are helping set you up for financial success? Can you add one tweak to this? I would encourage you, probably one of the food ones. Going to the grocery store with a list or taking your lunch to work can save you a ton of money. So, hey, we're looking forward to the next episode of the podcast. We hope that you'll join us for it each and every Monday. Megan and I are here to help you live your fully funded life. Have a great week, everybody. Hey, everybody. Joe Sangl here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hey, I encourage you to click the links that are provided to watch a lot of more helpful content that'll help you live your fully funded life. Thanks for being a part of our community.